So I was a Montessori child. My parents found a Montessori school in Dallas, Texas called St. Aken Montessori School, and my sister and I attended from the age of 18 months all the way until we were 14, so we completed their middle school program. So I found Montessori at a very early age, and thanks are entirely to my parents, who were just looking for an alternative environment for their children to be able to become exposed to ideas. And during that time, my sister and I are about 5.5 years apart in age, and when she was maybe 7 and I must have been younger, she must have been 6 or so, and I was 11, I began to work at the after-school program at my school, or at St. Aken Montessori School, helping with the children at that time, and I continued to work with them at the summer programs that they had. And during that time I worked for a woman named Caroline Aguilar, who was a children's house guide, and she later invited me to Austin, Texas to be her assistant in the children's house community. And so after completing college, Caroline gave me a call, and I was able to go and join her and be with her in her 3 to 6 environment, and it was a really wonderful experience. Oftentimes I try to think about my mentors, or kind of a family tree of inspiration or mentors, and Caroline is one of the first that are in my Montessori family tree that I learned so much from. And that's how I came to Austin Montessori School, founded by Donna Bryan Gertz, and I was able to work with John Snyder, with Donna, and then be able to lead my own community of 6 to 9 children. No, I think often I'm just struck by, in the act of giving a presentation to children, when the material that you're presenting does resonate with them and they take off with it. And it feels almost effortless on your part. And it's just because it's what they were searching for, and you met them at that time and place that they needed the information. So I feel like those are most of my ahas are, I got in here during this sweet time where they needed this information, I was able to present it, and now they're off on their own exploring it. There's a material for elementary where you start to explore angles using the box of sticks. And first you're able to construct looking at a right angle triangle, identifying the right angle triangle, moving through the three-part lessons, identifying right angles, obtuse angles, straight angles, and also acute angles. And after this work, often with the children, we would move through our indoor environment, and we would look for angles that we could find, whether or not it was in a tile or a window. And I just remember these children taking off and exploring this, and then about 2 days later, children coming back to me and talking about all the different angles that they were seeing in their world around them. And I remember being quite impressed by this type of X-ray vision, that just this very key and short lesson over the 3 different types of angles and a straight angle we're able to introduce them to. So that was an aha, where it's like, I'm giving them information. I presented some information that they needed, and they are now seeing their world in a new lens. I'm just excited about how Montessori is expanding, and there just seems to be more and more Montessori, and the more Montessori, I think, the better. It's great to be able to travel the world, to be able to sit across from colleagues, and to really realize that this is a global movement on behalf of children. And it feels very inspiring to know that there's truth to this being a global movement. So my wish is that it just continues.